Hey guys, it's Autumn Skylar here, back, finally, with a new video. So, yes, I kind of just disappeared for a while, which, if you followed my last channel, you will know that that's something that I systematically do. I find it so ironic that right before I dropped off the face of the earth, I did this little description box, I think, where I talked about how excited I was to be on winter break and to have time to finally crank out a bunch of videos. That happened. So, I'm just going to give you a rundown of what's been going on, where I went, why I went, all of that. I didn't really go anywhere. I've been home. Didn't do anything exciting, sadly. Pretty much right after the second to last video, I began a relapse of symptoms. Now, if you know anything about me and anything about my symptoms, you will know that those symptoms usually include really big pain spikes. So that kind of made it a little challenging to get the motivation to make a video. The other thing that kind of got in the way was the fact that I am back on this bad boy. Lovely. It's great. I have been since the middle of December. So I've been on it for 2 months, which is great. I love it. See, when I have a relapse of symptoms, not only is my gait unsteady, but I get what I lovingly dubbed back when they first began, jazz legs. So instead of going like that, I just shimmy shake with my legs whenever they are weight bearing and straight. It's great. It just makes life oh so interesting. And this is the relapse that always happens when I have a relapse. It's the exact same pretty much every time. Luckily, I am not back on the walker or back in the wheelchair. I'm just on this little bad boy until I get my strength back and the shimmy shakes stop. So with that occurring, I kind of wasn't sure exactly what to do. I wasn't a huge fan of the idea of going back to sit down when I sang, and I was under the impression that this was a minor lapse, that this was gonna be over within a few weeks. It's been more than a few weeks, and I'm still using it. And, oof. I don't know when I'm not going to be using it. It definitely has made life not only challenging, but just my mental state has been uneasy. And my motivation to put out videos it's been lacking. I also picked up a job where I was babysitting, and even with the recurrence of my leg spasticity, I was still doing that job, and it did take out all of the energy that I had. That and school starting up again, and going to physical therapy, and having, with this continuation of spasticity in my legs, having to make doctor appointments to try and figure out what's going on, why it's going on, how to fix it. Still haven't gotten there. See, the great thing about having rare medical conditions and weird symptoms that go along with it is that every doctor has their own opinion about why things are happening, and all of them have different ideas as of how to fix it. The only thing that has worked is just doing physical therapy until it stops. That's it. That's it. I mean, no medications have worked to just fix it, nothing. So I'm kind of stuck in this waiting game waiting for the magical day when my legs aren't, going like that. So it's great. It's fun. I love it. Because of that, because my legs do that constantly, I'm also crazy freaking tired. Because my legs and the muscles in my legs are constantly being activated at an aggressive level. Because it's aggressive. We're not talking about we're talking about, and some days it's better, but some days it's worse. And so my energy for anything was gone. Now I no longer have the babysitting job, and that's because another new symptom that was in my past has recurred. And it's my favorite one. Non-epileptic seizures, man. Woohoo! I love it. Now, they started up a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks. I've had 3 in that time, and I've had a couple of instances where it almost happened, but what stops it is this bad boy. Oh, I didn't miss you, and now you're back in my life again. I hate you. Anyways, so I've had a lot kinda on my plate, and so any motivation that I had just kinda flew away like a little butterfly of hope. All of my hopes and dreams for what this channel was going to become in the last 2 months just vanished. And I haven't really seen it since. And the longer I was away from my YouTube channel, the more uncomfortable I felt making a video, coming in here to explain the situation. Because it's, as much as I can joke around about it, it is embarrassing to a degree. It really just freaking takes my self-esteem into a corner, mugs it, and leaves it for dead. And my self-esteem, on average, when things are going really good, is already just kind of limping around, not really doing too hot. So to be mugged and left for dead, not too great. So the idea of coming on camera to let everyone know about what's going on kind of didn't sit well with me. And I know I don't have to, but I just felt it would have been so weird to come back on here, start making videos again, and just no explanation. I felt like that'd be a little bit weird. So I didn't do that. Instead, I'm doing this. And I don't like this. See, it's really challenging because every single time I get through a relapse, I think it's the last time. And I don't think it's gonna come back. And part of that is the reason why I never really really fought to get answers about why I keep relapsing in these ways, especially when we kind of thought that my issues, to some degree, were fixed. But even after the surgeries that I've had, these relapses keep happening, and everyone has a different opinion about it, and it's hard. So now I'm really fighting to get answers, to know if this is just a result of the known conditions that I have, or if there's something else going on. So I'm seeking out other opinions and, really trying to get some kind of an answer. And I keep hoping that before I have these appointments, that it'll just go away. And so then I mean, obviously I'll still need to keep the appointments to talk about it, but that it'll just be gone and it'll just have been this, little nuisance that occurred over a few months, as opposed to in the past where, I've had these symptoms anywhere from a few months to a year, and I never know how long it's gonna last, and it's really scary because no one can tell me what to do besides exercise, which is just, it's not a cure-all, and it is also hard because of my history with anorexia to not overdo it. I have to keep this balance that's, it's challenging because no one exactly can tell me how much is too much, because no one knows for certain what exactly is going on. So I'm having to kind of figure out a treatment plan and all of that by myself. And it's very frustrating. And I'm angry. I'm angry. Yeah. I know it doesn't look like it because I'm sitting here smiling, shooting the shit, but I'm beyond frustrated. I want to punch a wall, but with how bad my joints are, I know I would just probably break my whole freaking hand, so that's not really an option. I just am stuck in this game of waiting, which is what always happens. I just have to wait for it to stop. That's it. I have to just do what I know has helped in the past and wait. And because of the pressure of all of that and the, difficulties that come along with that mentally, I haven't wanted to do much of anything. And I haven't really had the energy to do much of anything. So I just kind of let this whole channel go to the wayside for a little bit. But now, after losing my job, because I can't really look after a baby, if there's a chance I'm gonna, spaz out, I have a lot of time. And even though I'm not sure this is exactly what I want to do, I think it's what I have to. You see, a lot of my dreams and goals and a lot of the things that I love, all of that has kind of just gone. It flew away with that butterfly. And I've just been kind of sitting here, not motivated to do much of anything beyond the things that I have to do because I'm depressed. Who'd have thought? Crazy. And in spite of that, I am doing fairly well. I'm trying my best to make my mental health and physical health a priority, and I'm not pushing myself like I have in the past, but I'm giving myself a little shove with this video because I want to start posting again. I want music to take more of a prominent role in my life as it has in the past, and I don't want to let this relapse win. And not that it is winning, because I make it sound like I'm not doing a lot, but I am. You know, I still have school. I only just recently lost that babysitting position, so I was doing that before this. I still do force myself to work on music, and I do physical therapy and yoga twice a day. I mean, I do a good amount, but I'm not as happy as I'd like to be. And even though the thought of posting videos again at this current moment makes me cringe and makes me just feel exhausted thinking about it, I know in the end that it's something that's always helped me through the hard times and that I just need to start. So this is hopefully the beginning. And from this point on, I'll be able to post videos on a sort of, maybe not, regular basis. I'll be able to have some content out there beyond what I already have, and I'll be able to have this as a positive distraction from the struggle of life right now, because I need something. You know, I do have things, you know, I always have lovely weekends where I can sort of at times pretend that this isn't going on, but when the weekdays hit, it just all comes back and I feel alone. But YouTube has always been something that helped fight that feeling, and I think I need that. So, let's do it. Anyways, that's the end of my little tale of woe, but I'm hopeful, and I know that I've been through this many times, and I've always gotten back up from this. I've always managed to get rid of the mobility aids, get back to normal life for some amount of time, so I just need to continue with what I'm doing, and in the meantime, try and work on the things that will help me feel better and will help me feel as though I'm not just focusing on enriching my physical health, but my mental health. So yeah, I hope that this sort of explained things for you guys, and you know, I want you guys to know that I do care about you guys, and that my little disappearance from the internet, it obviously didn't have anything to do with me not enjoying the community, albeit small, but still there, community of individuals who watch my videos. I love that, but sometimes when you get really down and depressed, specifically when there's so many stressors in your life, the things you love, it's not that you don't love them anymore, it's that you don't think you love them anymore. But I think that I'm ready to try again. So I hope you guys will continue on with that whole journey with me. So, this was a long talking video, as they typically are. The next one will hopefully be a singing video, or something. Who knows? Could be anything. Probably gonna be singing. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or don't. You are a free human individual who gets to make those choices. Pretty cool. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.